guys, I'm standing here in beautiful downtown Moab, Utah, and if you know Moab, you know this place is all about off-roading. And if there's one thing that we love to do, you know, maybe a little bit less than actually going off-roading, is just watching all the off-roaders roll by. So in this video, we're gonna camp out here downtown and we're gonna try to find the coolest off-roaders that we possibly can on the streets of Moab. Stay tuned. All right, so we had a delicious breakfast at the Moab Diner. We saw some pretty cool off-roaders roll by, and now we're out here chasing them down. We want to find the coolest off-roader in Moab today on a Wednesday, and I'm sure we're gonna find it. So yeah, we're looking. So what are we doing in Moab, you ask? Well, we are here to drive the all-new 2019 Honda Passport. Now, the Passport is nothing like the real off-road rigs you see in this video, but Honda did design it to be a little bit more adventure-ready than the rest of its lineup. Now, if you want to see my full review on the new Passport, make sure you head over to TFL Car. All right, well, we've seen a pretty cool rig here. This is a nice looking lifted Sprinter. It's got some nice tires on it, bike rack on the back, and it's from West Virginia. So these guys are from out of town. Let's see if we can't go talk to them and get them to tell us a little bit about the rig.
You want to talk to them about our Sprinter? Okay.
So yeah, when did you get the Sprinter?
I got this in 2016. This is my third Sprinter in 12 years.
Nice,
my
cool.
first four-wheel drive Sprinter.
Nice.
Dad,
Yeah.
your head's cool.
I know, it's because it's cold out.
And, yeah, what have you done to it? Has it got a lift on it, or is this this factory height?
No, it had a suspension upgrade. Put the Fox gas shocks on it. We put more leaf springs on it.
Cool.
And then there's a guy in Asheville, North Carolina that did the build out on the inside.
Nice. So how long are you in Moab for?
For like 4 days. We've been traveling for about 3.5. Well, actually, we've been traveling for about 5 weeks now.
On the road, that's cool, man. And have you taken it off-road at all? Do you go out and camp, or?
We go rock climbing, we go mountain biking,
Four-wheel drive.
hiking.
Cool.
Yeah, we go four-wheeling. I mean, nothing too extreme,
Sure.
but you know, we spent a week in Death Valley with this rig and Joshua Tree, and we get all over. So
Oh, I love it, man. And then if there's one thing you'd say you love about the Sprinter the most, so you got one thing that stands out to you?
I think they're just reliable vehicles. I just think that Mercedes makes a great vehicle.
Yeah, honestly, the Sprinter 4x4 is really cool. We've done a bunch of tests on them, and they're
awesome.
fun, man.
They're awesome.
And I really appreciate
have a good
it.
one.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
All right,
Thank you.
Take care.
So that was a pretty cool Sprinter. What did you guys think of that Sprinter? I mean, you know what? They're neat vehicles because you get all that space inside. As you saw, that guy had, you know, a whole fridge set up in there, so you can basically live out of the Sprinter. But then you get the four-wheel drive model, you put a lift on it and put tires and shocks on it like he did, and it becomes a pretty decent off-roader, especially for a place like Moab where there's so many amazing campsites that are accessible by some light off-roading, right? That thing's not doing any crazy rock crawling. It's a little big, but that's a great rig for just heading out into the wilderness and camping out overnight. And like he said, it's been reliable for him. So yeah, I'm excited, man. That was a good find, and we're back out here on the road. We're hunting for more Moab rigs, so stay tuned. Hey, is that the cheap Jeep? Roman, is that you? So clearly here in Moab, one of the big things is you show up and you rent. You can rent Jeeps, you can rent a Razor, and you can rent something like this, these really cool Land Cruisers. So we're gonna head inside this place and just see if someone can show us around their Land Cruisers. We keep driving by them and they're super cool. I wanna know more, let's see.
Yeah, so these are 97 FJ80s.
Cool.
And what we did is we've searched the country looking for them because we think that they're probably like one of the toughest rigs ever made.
Yeah.
And we've put a 3-inch lift on them and beefed up some of the suspension down underneath, and throwing some bigger tires on them and roof racks.
Very cool, man.
That's just about it for them. I mean,
Yeah.
They were built pretty tough as is.
Absolutely. So that was sort of the thinking going for Toyota rather than Jeep, right? Everyone knows Moab's Jeep country, but
Yeah,
you guys
it
got
is.
this.
Yeah, these things offer just a great ride out in the backcountry. They're nice and soft. They're super capable. They got that inline 6 in them.
Cool.
So they just have the right kind of torque for this country. So you're not spinning out, digging holes like you do with, you know, overpowered vehicles out here.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just impressive to see so many in one spot, like you said, because they're rare, man. So it just kept catching my eye.
This one right here is cool. So we bought this one right here in 2008. This was our first one right here.
Nice.
And it's got a, Sweet Alice. It in 2008. It's got more trips to the maze than I think any other vehicle.
Nice.
The odometer stopped working at 280, I think, is on it right now, and it's still ready and rowdy for trips.
That's wicked.
We bought it with 98,000.
That's so cool. Are they all like up? That's hilarious. We just talked to this guy in his Sprinter. We chased him down to talk about his rig too. It's all coming together.
So we use these right here and we go out into Canyonlands and Arches National Park.
Cool.
We're official concessionaires with the park, so we do tours in the park and get to some of the backcountry locations that you can't get to without a four-wheel drive.
Cool. And if someone wants to come check out one of your tours, what are you guys called and where can they find you?
Navtech Expeditions, 321 North Main, and you can see us online at navtech.com.
Cool.
Look it right there.
Awesome, man. And then I guess my last question is if you got one thing that you really love about the Land Cruisers, or one thing that really stands out to you?
Gosh, just the reliability behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, we go out into the, we do trips out in the Robber's Roost and the Maze, one of the most remote locations in the United States.
Cool.
I wouldn't want to be in any other rig.
And you always get back.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's perfect. Thanks a lot, Brian. I appreciate it, man.
You got it.
I'm chasing you, FJ. This is a pretty cool looking FJ. She's got a little lift on her. CB radio, probably. Cool front bumper. Well, we tried to chase down that FJ too, but he wasn't stopping. And if you've never followed a bunch of people randomly around in your car, you feel like a pretty big creep. But we have been having some fun out here spotting cool cars. And you know what? This is a Wednesday in January in Moab. So this is the off season, there's certainly not a lot of activity going on. And considering that, you know what? There's nowhere else, I really believe this, in the States where on a Wednesday in January you can show up and see as many cool off-roaders as we saw today. Now, mostly Jeeps. I mean, everyone knows about the Moab Easter Jeep Safari, so you certainly see a disproportionate amount of Jeeps, but a lot of great FJ cruisers, old FJs, that great Sprinter we saw. We even saw a Unimog at one point. All those off-road vehicles that we all idolize, all you have to do is drive through Moab for 2 hours like we just did, and you're probably going to see every single one of them. And although we didn't talk to too many people, everyone we did talk to was super friendly, because you know what? Off-roaders are usually pretty cool people. So guys, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel and come back, because we'll definitely be back here in Moab as soon as we can. And as always, we're going to bring you the latest news, views, and real-world reviews. See ya! So yeah, you never know what you're going to find in Moab. I mean, we're out here looking for off-roaders, and we found a massive bucket. Look at the size of that thing. That's unreal. And that just means that the machine that powers that thing is that much bigger, which is just crazy.